What's up, guys? Bajheera here. So for this video, I'm actually going to be going over my level 24 warrior that we've been leveling and having a blast with so far in Classic WoW. I've been doing a lot of streaming in Classic, so definitely be sure to follow along at twitch.tv/Bajheera and come tune in. Usually streams go live around noon to 2 p.m. PST, and we usually go to around 8 or 9 p.m. PST. We're on the grind these days, so stream hours have been going well and having a lot of fun with it. But I thought I'd make a video for you guys, just giving you a little bit of an update on how my character is doing so far. Haven't been on the full no-life grind quite just yet. We do have a lot going on IRL, and still getting some classic grinding in while we can. I guess we'll start off with a little bit of a gear update. We got some chain shoulders from some quests in Loch Modan. We got a cape from Dead Mines. This chest also dropped just as a random green drop in Dead Mines. We've got Maximus, my man from the guild, making me some bracers with some enchants from Veilstein. We've got an Emberstone staff, which is a staff we got from Dead Mines. 6 runs of Dead Mines, and that's the best we could do. That's how it goes sometimes. I'm pretty sure this is a random drop, that gun right there. These gauntlets, I'm sure, were a quest reward. Raider's Belt of the Bear was a random drop from Dead Mines, which is funny because also I've seen a Raider's Belt of the Bear with only 2 strength. This one has 3 strengths. That's kind of neat. Got some extra stats on that bad boy. The legs were also just random green drop of the bear. Some strength and stam on those. Can't really go wrong with that. Got some silvered bronze boots, also made by Maximus. Shoutouts, dude. Thanks for the sweet crafted loot. And then a minor channeling ring, which I'm pretty sure was a quest reward. Intellect, Spirit, not the ideal warrior stats, but hey, the Spirit helps me train my, or helps me get some regen, and the Intellect helps me train that weapon skill a little faster, so that's nice. Didn't have a whole lot of staff weapon skill before then. Now, my 2 professions that I've chosen are skinning and mining. Now, it's kind of a strange combination, but it's primarily just to prepare me for engineering. One, you know, I want to make sure I get engineering for PvP at level 60, but if I farm up all the mats now, it kind of helps make that leveling process a little bit smoother whenever I decide to swap over. And skinning is just like one of my favorite professions ever. I just like finding an area with some good, you know, mob density, go kill those mobs, loot the grays, you know, skin them, and then just like sell it all to the vendor. It's basically what's going on right now. Is I'm selling everything to the vendor just to try to make enough money to buy my mount. But you know, even though mining and engineering probably make a little bit more sense, ultimately, I kind of might want to just keep skinning and see if I can finance my engineering just with, like, you know, farming mats and maybe doing some fishing and cooking to like make money. But I think that engineering mining makes a lot more sense because you can farm up your own stuff. But we'll see, we'll see. So ultimately, I'll either be like engineering mining or engineering skinning. So we'll see how that goes. But in terms of where my other professions are at, my first aid's looking okay. Cooking needs some work. My mining has been doing okay so far, but and my skinning is like what, like 140, 150, something like that. That'll just allow me to kind of keep things rolling for now. I'm trying to like keep my character fairly well balanced. I want to just try to, I don't know, I feel like I've been taking things at my own pace. Inventory is always packed to the gills. I still have some sort of consolidation of materials to do from our last little leveling session. But I'd like to try to keep everything kind of in a strong position, have my character sort of filled out as we go. I just sort of feel like we're not as stretched out like that. So, I mean, because you can like go super ham with like the grind and then catch your professions up when you hit max level. But I think part of the experience for me that I'm enjoying is just having my character be sort of full, like fleshed out as we go. And so I'm trying to make sure I keep my, you know, first aid, my cooking, and everything leveled up as we go. But I have not been leveling up my fishing, so we're gonna have to work on fishing. But just in terms of my leveling path in general, started off in Elwyn, then went to Loch Modan. I'm showing you a path through wetlands, and then that we followed all the way up to get to Menethil, and then leveled up in Darkshore. So that was basically my leveling path so far: is Elwyn to wetlands, walk up to Menethil, go to Darkshore, quest through Darkshore, and then I came back, and I really didn't quest in Westfall hardly at all, just because of the fact that we were already kind of high level for where we were. And now I'm kind of just running around trying to finish up a few little like just straggler quests before we begin our next little phase of leveling, which will be out in Red Ridge. That'll be the plan. Got a lot of stuff to do out in Red Ridge, and if you're wondering what all these little icons on our map, that's an add-on called Questy. Should have already had the add-ons video posted for you guys by the time this video goes live, so just go check out Bajheera, you know, classic add-ons update number 1, and that'll show you all my add-ons. But we've got a few things to do. Probably going to go through Red Ridge, then I'm going to go to Wetlands, and I'd like to go up here to Ashenvale to see if I can get some quests done here without being completely overleveled, because I want to get my rep up, man. I want to get my Darnassus rep up so I can get a Battle Cat mount. That was kind of my original mount that I had back in Kata that I always loved riding around, was the PvP Battle Cat. Can't get a PvP Battle Cat quite just yet, but having a cool cat mount to ride around would be awesome. I think you can get one from Winter Spring as well, but I want to try to maybe at level 60 get one of those mounts as well. I think my first mount will obviously be just the human horse mount, but if I can get a cat mount, that'd be awesome. And I'm also kind of looking around to see what quests I'm going to do next. But like I said, I think we're going to go to Wetlands. We do have some dungeon quests to do. We have a couple of quests just sort of scattered around. So not only are my bags full, but my quest log is also pretty darn full. And speaking of quests, that's pretty much been the main way that we've been leveling. We did knock out levels like 20 to 24 just in Dead Mines. Like I said, we did like 6 or 7 runs of Dead Mines, which was fun. I don't think I probably would recommend staying in Dead Mines like maybe past level 22. Like I was getting like a level every 2 runs before, but at level 22 to like, sorry. Up to level 23 is when we were getting levels every 2 runs, but then at 23 it took like 3 runs to get to level 24. The main reason we were doing that is because I still wanted to freaking get a weapon out of that. The axe never dropped and the hammer never dropped. We saw Emberstone staff drop a few times, but I wanted to make sure that casters got it before me, and then finally at the very end I was able to get the Emberstone staff for myself. So we're running around with a spirit, intellect, stamina weapon right now, but hey, I mean, you can't go wrong with 19.7 DPS, so we're just gonna roll with this for a bit and see if we can maybe get a whirlwind axe later or something like that. But anyway, that's what we've been leveling, mostly doing quests with the group. That's been really fun though, doing group questing. Might not be the most mob XP, but you certainly kill mobs a lot faster in a 3 to 5 man group than you do as a solo warrior, and allows you to sort of have some more sustain and just run around with buddies, which is a lot of fun in WoW. And then of course the dungeon leveling allows you to get some gear and XP as well. So that's probably what we're gonna keep doing. Probably gonna, like I said, run from Red Ridge up to Wetlands, and then maybe do some Ashenvale, I guess, is that what it's called? Yeah, Ashenvale for a bit, and then we'll do some Scarlet Monastery work from like 30 to 40, somewhere in there. And then after 40, we'll sort of see what the heck to do, because I've only leveled up to 40 from beta, so I basically am just like, okay, from 30 to 40, we're just grinding Scarlet Monastery dungeons, which could work, but there's a lot of fun quest areas out there too. Something also to run through are some macros. Basically, all my macros so far have just been like equip macros, maybe some stance swapping and using a particular ability macros. But honestly, I found that like manually swapping stances kind of feels pretty good. Swapping stances, having your little action bar page, and then just use the new page to hit abilities, which is something I'm not used to, I guess, for a while now. But that's something that I'm getting used to. Look at this guy. He's got himself some sort of jump automation to keep him logged in, because the queues are actually pretty brutal now. So that's why I log in at 4 a.m. and just stay logged in all day, basically. But anyway, if you want to know more about my macros, at least some of the ones that I have made at higher level, you can check out my level 60 warrior build video. And that also can lead us into the build that I'm doing right now, which is 3 points in rend, 2 points in deflection, going straight into anger management. Into tactical mastery, into anger management, which is really nice because it keeps your rage from decaying as fast out of combat, and also generates you rage in combat. It doesn't tell you that on the tooltip, but it does generate rage during combat. Then I get 2 points in improve overpower, and I'm actually going 2 points in charge. And the reason why I'm not going into deep wounds and impale right off the bat is basically because when you're low level, your weapon doesn't really do that much damage. Don't really have high weapon damage, especially if you're kind of scrounging for stuff like I am with the Emberstone staff. It's not like a really slow weapon that has a lot of weapon damage. The DPS just comes from doing good weapon damage and attack speed. And then impale is all based off of crit, right? Make sure crits do more damage. So both deep wounds and impale are based off of having you crit. And even though you do have improved overpower for 50% increased chance to crit on overpower, Like my total crit percentage right now is probably like maybe 5%. It's let's see. Oh yeah, it's Emberstone Staff's throwing me off. It's the like about a 4%, almost 5% chance to crit. Not really that great, not reliable. So I think that my points are probably better spent in like improved charge, just to sort of get me to enough points to start working on two-handed weapon specialization. Then once I get enough points in two-handed weapon spec, we'll probably dive right into sweeping strikes, and then start putting points into a particular weapon specialization into Mortal Strike. So the leveling build is like a teeny bit different than my ultimate level 60 PvP build, just in the fact that I'm not going for that deep wounds and impale combo because I don't have enough crit to really make that worthwhile. I'm not sure what weapon I'm gonna have once we hit this little weapon thingy. Probably an axe. Maybe I'll just go whirlwind axe and then just get the crit from axe specialization and then get the crit from cruelty and the fury tree once we start getting past level 40. That might be the best bet. But right now it's just kind of a little bit more like rage generation from improved charge, rage maintenance from tactical mastery and anger management, and then trying to get Mortal Strike eventually. But the talent build that I will go to for a PvP will be the crit and impale and deep wounds and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, the whirlwind axe is actually probably a really good call because I'll have an axe from whirlwind axe and I'll eventually get ravager axe too, and that extra crit from cruelty will be nice. I'll probably go for booming voice more than the rage generation talent and get piercing howl. Probably put some points in improved battle shout into enrage. Maybe put some points in blood craze if we're feeling crazy. It's not like a huge heal, but maybe it all adds up. We'll have to sort of see how we're doing once we get to that level. But that's been pretty much my standard build for leveling so far. I leveled as Fury in the beta, and it was fine, but I really found myself missing tactical mastery for stance swapping and retaining rage. It just feels good to be able to swap stances and disarm, swap stances and whirlwind once you hit level 30 without losing all of your rage to do it. I guess another random thing we could talk about is keybinds. I changed my keybinding setup a little bit from BFA. I've used a pretty standard keybinding setup forever, but then with Classic, everything's new. All my abilities are new, so I was like, let's try a new different keybinding setup. So the bottom row is basically all the buttons on my scimitar mouse, and they do page. The row above that is just Alt, all those same binds. Then we have some 1, 2, 3, 4, Alt 1, 2, 3, 4, Shift 1, 2, 3, 4 across that third row from the bottom. And up top we have FRT and ZXC just on those top left and top right corners. And those are pretty much my keybinds for right now. If these things change, I'll let you know. But so far they feel pretty good. And I'm actually debating on changing my BFA keybinding setup to something a little bit more similar to this. I want something that's very different, like I said, is I actually allow my keybinds to page. So I have my battle stance and D stance, and then of course Zerka stance will change that bottom row for me. So that'll be kind of interesting. I haven't really dealt with any sort of paging yet, but that'll be the setup for right now. And that's pretty much where my character's at. I think that I would continue to like to make character update stuff, maybe weekly, maybe when I hit any sort of particular fun breakpoints, maybe when I get any particular sort of pieces of gear. But all in all, Classic has been a blast. The main thing is I know I'm not going that fast. We have a lot of IRL stuff going on as well. It is nice we don't have as much travel. We can kind of hunker down and just get in our games and gains and family grind. But obviously with our new 3-month-old baby boy Archer, life is good, man. We're hanging out with him a lot, still making sure I spend some time with the family, still making sure we get our time in the gym, and maintaining some sort of balance with the games, gains, IRL, streaming. But happy to be having so much good going on in our life. Happy to have so many avenues of progression to work on, and definitely grateful for you guys' support. So definitely make sure that you guys show the video some love. Stay tuned in because plenty more Classic on the way. Thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Peace!